Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. I've got a porter this time around for you, and it's a porter from Siren, and it's a can of their Cold Blooded, and it's described as a cold, what's it called? A cold steeped porter, and it's coming in at 5% ABV. Check out the artwork on the can as ever with Siren. Very nice artwork again from them guys. I do like the kind of curly whirly shapes and things they've gone with over the last couple of years. Bit of flavour text on the back of this one. It says that we cold steeped grains overnight before brew day to build up a gorgeous chocolatey base for this rich, comforting porter. From there, roasty notes are layered amongst subtle smoke, coffee and hints of dark chocolate. Cold-blooded pours silky smooth and drinks with a satisfying richness. Ingredients: water, malted barley, oats, hops and yeast. And as I said, it's a 5% ABV. Porter from Siren. Never had a porter from Siren before, so looking forward to this. Siren, one of my favourite breweries, really consistent. Like I say, I can't remember too many times from Siren I've had a beer that's let me down. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Porter, one of my favourite styles. So here she goes. Looking good. Looking good. I'll leave that there. We'll admire the artwork on that one. So there is this cold-blooded porter. Siren. Bit of red bleeding through at the bottom of the glass. Not sure if the light is picking that up. On this light it just looks jet black. But as I'm looking at it, holding it up to the light, I can see a bit of red just bleeding through the glass. Not sure if you can make that out. There you go. It has got half a finger of a slightly tanned, creamy looking head, this one. But yeah, it looks nice. That's what you'd expect. Let's get an aroma. Very light, very subtle aromas. Very light, gentle kind of milky coffee aroma. Very subtle sweetness. I just reviewed Brewdog's Jet Black Heart Stout before doing this one, and this kind of smells like a toned down version of that. The aroma on the stout, the Brewdog Stout, was so much stronger than the aroma on this. If I'm honest, the aroma on this is a little bit underwhelming. Really hoping it's not an underwhelming beer. There's a subtle sort of sweet vanilla, milky coffee aroma to it, very subtle though. Everything on that aroma is subtle. It's definitely the word so far, and I think they actually mentioned that in the flavour text, didn't they, on the back? Subtle smoke, coffee and hints of dark chocolate. Well, the aroma is definitely subtle. I'm going to want a little bit more on the flavour. Let's hope it's better than the aroma. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. Certainly smoky. That smoky flavour really lingers. Slight coffee bitterness, dark chocolate bitterness mixes with that smoke quite nicely at the back end. It's really thin. It's actually kind of watery. Really thin porter. Very slight creamy mouthfeel to it from the oats, but generally it's quite thin. And there is the most subtle, I'm going to say that word again, there is the most subtle carbonation rush. And it comes quite early. At most beers you kind of get that carbonation rush, that gentle fizz kind of mid-palate. This one comes just before where beer reaches that. This one comes kind of on the tip of the tongue. You get that carbonation rush. And there's not a lot that comes before that carbonation rush. There's not a lot that comes in the flavour at all, to be honest. It's only when it's gone down, the flavours then kind of stick with you, and it's a smoky, dark chocolate, milky coffee flavour, and it lingers. It really lingers. It hangs around. Smoky, dark chocolate, coffee malts, slight roasted, smoky roasted malt character that hangs around at the back of the palate. Excuse me. Yeah. It does everything it says on the tin, to be fair to it. But it all comes very late. There's not a lot else to it. There's no real complexity to it. It's thin, very, very lightly carbonated. And then just when you swallowed it, then the flavours start coming up from the depths. Smoke, dark chocolate, coffee, lovely roasted malty character. And it leaves a nice dark chocolate, slightly smoky finish that lingers. The finish is really quite pleasant. The finish is really nice. I just could have done with something at the forefront. I just could have done with something else at the beginning just to balance it all out. It's got that thin mouthfeel and that light carbonation that would have been perfect for just maybe a little bit of dark fruit, something at the beginning. But they've decided not to go with that. And it's all at the back end. It's when you swallowed it. It's when it's gone. Suddenly you get this rise, smoke, dark chocolate, coffee. And it's quite nice. It leaves a very satisfying, slightly bitter finish to it. Very slightly creamy, vanilla-y flavour with that light carbonation at the beginning. And then you quickly forget about that when the smoke rises at the end. It's nice. It's another nice beer from Siren. Subtle is definitely the word, though. I think a lot of people could probably give up on this beer quite quickly. They think nothing's going on, nothing's going on, nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, whoa, hello. There's flavour and you swallowed it. All of a sudden it rises up. It's peculiar. It's different. I've not had a beer like this that I can remember off the top of my head, where you kind of think there's not a lot going on, and then you swallow it and all of a sudden a load of flavour rises up from out of nowhere, it seems. It's an interesting porter. Subtle sweet vanilla, gentle carbonation, thin mouthfeel. It's gone. And then here it comes. The smokiness, dark chocolate, coffee malts, and it lingers, and it's pleasant. It's a pleasant finish. There's just not a lot going on that comes before it, unfortunately. It had a little bit more complexity, a little bit more at the forefront of the palate. This would have been a particularly good porter, but as it is, it's okay. It's just an okay porter. I think Siren are capable of better, and that finish proves it. But as it is, I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. That finish is really, really nice, and it's safe. Just had a bit more complexity, a little bit more at the front. I think we'd have been dealing with a cracking porter. So Siren's Cold Blooded, their cold steeped porter. 7 out of 10 for me. Go check that one out. Your best bet is sirencraftbrew.com for that one. This one came in my latest Beer 52 box, so if you're a subscriber to Beer 52, you may have recently had this one. Let me know what you think of it. If you've had it, write in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of it. And if you fancy going out and trying that one, let me know how you get on with it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this review, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Until my next one, you take care.